Corecon provides detail reports for printing out an individual project record. Examples of this may be an estimate proposal, a change order, a progress invoice, or a lien waiver. These types of reports are based on Microsoft Word, and data from Corecon is populated in the document using bookmarks and mail merge tables. In previous videos, we discussed two other types of reporting formats. The first was found under Analytics and Projects, for example. These were called dashboards. The second were log reports. For example, we go into Procurement and Subcontracts. We can see a log, and the reports that we used were here under Reports. So these are log style reports. The type we're talking about today are detail reports. If we open one of these subcontract records, we can see where to find detail reports. If we come to the top, we see contract details, for example. Now, to understand detail reports, we first must understand some of the fields that are contained and how these relate to database fields, as well as the bookmarks or mail merge fields that we're going to be using in Microsoft Word. Most of the fields you see at the top of this record are going to be bookmarks. For example, subcontract number, contract type, the subcontractor's company's name, and so on. You'll notice that the detail that's found in this grid when we get to creating Microsoft Word templates is going to end up being mail merge type fields or mail merge tables. If we go into the help articles, we can see what some of these fields are called. For example, we go to the help article and settings and detail report templates. We come down to the procurement module template and come into subcontract. We can see the reports that relate to this particular type of record or transaction. So for example, in our subcontract, we saw the subcontractor's company name and we see our own company name. So the prime contractor and the subcontractor. If we jump over to the help articles and come down, we can find those same records here and what they're called in the database tables and fields. All of the default detail reports in Corecon are found in that article. And by drilling down, we can find one for nearly every feature in Corecon. They're grouped together here. Back to the subcontract detail. Printing subcontracts are very simple. We just go to the Detail Report option, select Subcontract Details, and we're going to see that we're going to have a default template. These are templates that are already embedded in Corecon and cannot be changed. However, back at the help article we were just looking at, we can see that there's another version that we will be able to edit and change. To be able to print, we just simply come down to here, to the export option. We have the option to print to a Word document, to PDF, to save it directly to the project folder as a linked file, and we can also email those right from within this option. In a little bit, we're going to come back to this default templates, and when we pull this down, we're going to be able to see custom ones that we've designed. We can illustrate the relationship between the fields as they appear on the entry screen to the help articles that help us to understand the individual Microsoft Word templates. For example, the subcontract details here show a project number. If we scroll down a little farther, we see the issued by company matches the prime contractor. Under issued to, which is subcontractor, we have the subcontractor's company, which corresponds to the issued to company. The subcontract subject corresponds to subcontract work subject. The work scope corresponds to the subcontract work scope. The subcontract issue date to the issue date, and so on. The next step is to download the templates that are available for edit. To do that, go to Help at the main screen, go to Settings, then to Detail Report Templates, and come here to the Corecon Default Templates zip download. This is going to ask you to save that download onto your local workstation And please remember to put this someplace convenient. When you do, it's going to look something like this. You're going to receive a list of templates. You'll want to put these someplace convenient, possibly a folder on your desktop or somewhere close by. The template we were just looking at was the Corecon subcontract. So if we scroll down, the Corecon subcontract fixed lump sum. Let's just take a look. As you can see, there's little verbiage in the subcontract agreement. This is intentional. We're hoping that you'll consult your attorney or have the legal verbiage that you need to fill this in completely. However, the form itself has all of the basic elements of a subcontract agreement. The next step, the ability to edit the detailed templates, will always be in Microsoft Word. Depending on which version, some instructions change. I'm using Microsoft Word 2016. The next step is to change the settings in Microsoft Word to show bookmarks. So we're going to go to File, Options. We're going to come down to the Advanced and then scroll down. You're going to come to an area called Show Document Content. Come down to the Show Bookmarks and make sure there's a check mark. Click OK. These same instructions work for Microsoft Word 2007, 2010, and 2013. If you're using an older version, such as Microsoft Word 2003, the option to turn on bookmarks is a little different. In Microsoft Word 2003, you're going to want to open the template in Microsoft Word, and then on the Tools menu, click Options, and then click the View tab. Afterward, select the Bookmarks checkbox, and then click OK. The bookmarks now appear on the template as these symbols that look like an I-beam. They're also called placeholders. This is where detail will fill in from the fields that we were talking about earlier. To be able to identify what these fields represent and which fields they correspond to in the help articles that we've been talking about, you can simply put your cursor just to the right of the placeholder or I-beam, come up to the Insert tab and click on the bookmark. And you can see this particular field is called project number. And we can see that the form, the field, both match the help article, and these both match the project number. The same is true if we come down to subcontract work scope in the help article, work scope on the entry screen, and by clicking here next to the place marker and clicking on insert and bookmark, again, that these three fields match. The form also has a section with mail merge fields. Now this may look a little odd. However, this is where the information from the grid will fill in. In this case, we have the Documents section, which is a grid, and we have the Schedule of Values section, also a grid. So we go back to the Word document, scroll down, we see the Schedule of Values, which in this case corresponds to the Schedule of Values here. And if we scroll down a little more, we see the Documents section and the grid, even though there's no information in it. And we can see how that will correspond to the documents list or merge table in our template. Come back to the help article. We can see there's a section for the project classification, bookmarks, and mail merge options. And simply by clicking here, we can see additional information about the grids. In the following videos, we're going to discuss how to edit an existing template and how to create one from scratch. The help articles that we referenced today can be found by going to Help, Settings, Detail Report Templates. The download of the existing Word templates that we can edit is here. The information about each of the templates is broken down by feature, and there's additional lists beyond these we can take a look at, and the other features that we've talked about are also included in this article.